Welcome, body. Dominic here. Breakthrough sessions, another day. And if you're not grateful, if you're thankful, hit the rewind button, try starting over again. It has come to this point in time where I want to say thank you. We're winding down on closing this year out. I'm joyful, I'm happy, I'm inspired, and I hope that I can impact just one person. I'll continue to do this because this is what I'm passionate about. So, today in Breakthrough Sessions, what's the topic? It's about conquering the bad days. We can relate. Bad days happen to us all. I can think back to moments and times in my life where I just would just have that moment, that initial thought would run through my head as a kid, and I thought of all the bad things. Man, how bad it was just because I wasn't able to be an adult, even though I was a teenager who I felt like I made a lot of decisions, but I wasn't really an adult. I couldn't make decisions. So I had bad days. I failed in school. I wasn't a great student. The days were just bad. And it wasn't until I started to understand how to conquer those bad days, really, I started to make a change. See, I was having bad days in school. I was having bad days in life just because of different personal circumstances, family life, school life, relationship life, and all these things intertwined. As you're a kid, you're thinking to yourself, man, it's a bad day. And I didn't understand at an early age really how to cope with that. And I think the thing about bad days is this: you have to have a certain perspective, like a point of view. And in order for you to start tweaking that perspective and starting to get the right mindset built within yourself, it just takes you focusing on some positive things right off the bat. No one understands how terrible your day is but you. No one can tell you how bad you're feeling but you. Maybe it's a sickness, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's just, I just don't want to be starting another day. But when you think about that, and when I think about it, man, bad days were like, they wasted so much of my time. They took away from my true ability because I gave up on myself in a sense. And that bad day, that day that you have where you're just telling yourself before it even starts, how's everything's going to go wrong today. How am I going to mess up today? And oh, I hate this person, and oh, I don't want to see this person. It's the bad day. Oh, I feel sick. Oh, I don't feel good. Well, the reason why is because your perspective, your point of view for starting your days off has to change. Now, perspective is just one of the key things that you can do to start a day off the right way. And your point of view stems from what you've been allowing into your mind, into your heart. Everything that comes in, it sits somewhere. And we have to think about those things. And although you may have had a bad day the day before today, the thing is that bad day started because of the things you allowed in. And the perspective, gaining a point of view, listening to the right things, telling yourself the right things, thinking the right things. The perspective is where you build yourself up to handle those bad days. My life started to change when my perspective started to change. My perspective, my point of view was is that if you had such a bad day and you were going to spend all your time complaining about it, maybe you should have given your day to someone else. And then I started thinking, well, point of view is if I'd have given my day to someone else, I wouldn't be here. So wait, that doesn't sound right. So my perspective changed. I started to appreciate my days more. I started to think about the things that I can do differently, like waking up, finding things to be grateful for, to be thankful for. There you go. now you can gear yourself towards the right direction. Now you can start pulling some of your energy out of yourself, thinking about, okay, I'm grateful for all these things. And out of all these things that I'm grateful for, something has to charge me up here. Something has to lift my spirits up in the right way. But it's the perspective. So, perspective is key. When you're conquering a bad day, or even if you're just struggling and you're thinking, ah, man, I don't want to look forward to tomorrow. Well, wait a second, shouldn't you want to look forward to tomorrow? Because each and every breath is it's a blessing. So start to change your perspective. Start to say, man, today was a challenge, and even though tomorrow might be challenging as well, here's what I do know. I learned a lot from myself today in this moment, and when tomorrow gets here, if I'm grateful and thankful to have another day, this is what I'm going to remind myself of come that day. This is what I'm going to push myself to do come that day. It's about this gratefulness, and it's about your perspective, that point of view. So important. So somewhere somebody needed to hear this today. If you're conquering your bad days, it all comes down to your perspective and how you're allowing things into your mind and what your focus is. Finding ways to eliminate the bad days, be grateful, be thankful, and start your day off on the right foot. Incorporate the right messages, the right words into your life first thing as soon as you wake up, so that you can navigate away from the start of a bad day, and you can shield yourself and start protecting yourself, and you will know what it's like to feel good even on the bad days. You got to continue to work on yourself. Even on the bad days, you can never give up. Even on the bad days, just remember, someone else out there is so much worse off than you. So why are you complaining? Look at a story. Think about the things that can change your life. Think about what you did to get to this point. Think about what's happening in the moment. Like, you just took a breath. Like, isn't that gratefulness? Isn't that something to be thankful about? There are no bad days. There are character building days. See, I change the words that come out of my mouth in order to change my perspective and in order to have a new outlook on my life. And if you want to change your life, grow your life, this is how you need to think. Shift your mindset. Bad days are obsolete going into 2021. We know we're navigating through the toughest times of our lives, but what you are saying to yourself, who are you allowing to say certain things to you that you take in, that charge you up, that get you energized, that make you feel motivated? That will change you. So it's no longer bad days. There are character building days. And I find the people in my life that can help me best understand how to keep going, how to continue to push myself, how to continue to be driven, how to continue to be grateful and thankful for everything that I have in some way, because there are always going to be character building days. So you conquer the bad days, which we're going to call them character building days. You conquer those days by setting yourself up to start the day off the right way. What you hear, the words you pour into yourself, what you think, your perspective, your point of view has to change if you want to conquer your bad days. This is Breakthrough Sessions. I'm Dominic. Take care. Be loved. Be kind. Be great. You deserve every day. Have a good one.